Keymaster Games and 59 Parks print series have partnered together to bring you Parks. Parks features artwork from more than 35 artists in celebration of our national parks. It's a game about exploration and about experience. From the depths of the Grand Canyon to the heights of Mount Rainier, Parks will take you on a journey from the Great Sand Dunes to the islands to visit American Samoa. Take on the role of two hikers as they trek across trails over the course of 4 seasons of a year. Collecting memories along the way, you'll be able to improve equipment and visit national parks. The canteens and gear you collect will ease the way, but remember, it's not about how fast you get to your destination, it's about the journey. Welcome to Parks.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude. Donate now at stjude.org.
Keymaster Games and 59 Parks print series have partnered together to bring you Parks. Parks features artwork from more than 35 artists in celebration of our national parks. It's a game about exploration and about experience. From the depths of the Grand Canyon to the heights of Mount Rainier, Parks will take you on a journey from the Great Sand Dunes to the islands to visit American Samoa. Take on the role of two hikers as they trek across trails over the course of 4 seasons of a year. Collecting memories along the way, you'll be able to improve equipment and visit national parks. The canteens and gear you collect will ease the way, but remember, it's not about how fast you get to your destination, it's about the journey. Welcome to Parks.
Well, we have audio, but we don't have video because I forgot to associate everybody correctly. So, we'll be with you in a hot second here. I think. Okay. And that's correct. But why is Dawson not? Here we go. Alright. And I think everything's going to be wrong, and we're going to have weird, awkward. I have to set everything up. Oh, I know why. Damn it. My bad. Damn. At some point, I will be good at this.
You are good at it.
Oh, man. Alright, now the only one that's messed up is Dawson, because I switched what his was. Okay.
You are good enough for our entire audience.
Well, that's... I guess that's something.
An effusive compliment, Ed.
As long as you and you, what I guess the thing I saw that Robin and
it's me and Robin and Dawson. That's
right.
Your audience.
Yay! Well, welcome back to Roleplay Game. We've had a kind of a dark period here. It was a dark time for the Alliance, but it was also a dark time for the internet in my household. So, Our internet has been fully restored. It was a horror show, but here we are. We're all back and ready to roll. Tonight we are playing Masks of Nyarlathotep. We are in the middle of the Egypt chapter, and I would say we are a little past the middle part of the Egypt chapter. Which means we're almost halfway through the entire campaign. Hey! So, the investigators, when last we left them, had split up with Clyde, otherwise known as Carl, and Daisy, otherwise known as Rosie, heading towards, I don't even remember your destination.
Well, we were trying to find that kid.
Oh, yeah.
So we were going back to where we initially met him.
Right. You were trying to find the kid, and you did actually end up finding him a little bit. But you noticed you were being tailed. And while you were tailed, things got a little aggressive. Just like getting into your personal space, trying to make people feel uncomfortable with their presence, to the point where Clyde ended up in an altercation with one of them in an alleyway and put him to sleep, I believe. Sleeper holded him until he is unconscious? Or did he straight up die?
Oh, he's alive.
Okay, yeah. Alright. He went sleepy sleep.
No.
And I think we left off with a woman coming into the alleyway speaking French and speaking with Clyde/Carl about what was going on there, and Daisy, who had a friendly cart owner sort of try to get her away from the guy who was clearly pesting her. And he went to go get her a guide, and that guide turned out to be the kid they were looking for, Mahmoud, who then ran away. And so that is what has happened with that group. The other group, Harmon and Purdy, went to the Cairo Museum to talk to Dr. Kafur about what they had found. Dr. Kafur promised that they would speak again. In fact, they are to meet that evening at 5 o'clock. I don't remember if we came to an agreement on where that was going to be.
It was out of town. I don't remember where it was.
I didn't write it down either.
It was a sanatorium or the old mosque.
Oh, Ibn Tulun. That's right, the Mosque of Ibn Tulun. And they ended up realizing they were being followed and ditched their car, began walking back home, realized they were being chased by a car, got into the car with them, killed one of them with a broken gear shift, and then ran away and were able to ditch the police in the crowded streets, get back to their hired car, and are now, I believe, safely back at Shepherd's, the Hotel Shepherd, right?
That sounds right.
Okay. But we did leave Daisy and Clyde still in a bit of a situation, in media res, so to speak. I did end up drawing a map for that, so I will move us over to there.
Purdy, I think we should probably wait for them to get back down in the tavern. After all that excitement.
I mean, that came out of your mouth, not mine. But I agree.
Right. I think I just need a small something to calm my nerves.
Perfect.
We're gonna talk you up from small, but don't worry. Your nerves will be calmed.
Well, that's what I'm after.
I will actually be bebopping between us still because there is somebody in the bar you know. So we will talk about that bebopping in between the two parties still. So, Bop 1, though, is we are in this alley. Can you guys see this? I think I turned it on so all lights were...
I can see it.
Can Ed, Corey, can you see it just...
I cannot see it on Forge. I can see it on Twitch.
I'm going to put your characters on just so you can see, because there's nothing worse than not being able to see.
I think, isn't Call of Cthulhu all about imagining what's in the darkness, though?
Yeah, but it's bright light out.
I just mean looking at dark screens.
Oh, that's true.
Not in our souls.
Discerning the unknown.
Okay, so this is up this direction as I'm pinging. Can you see my ping?
Yes.
I wasn't looking.
My ping looks weird. I think the ping module
Oh,
went
yep,
funky.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it's like
kinda hyper.
fireworks. Choo, 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 choo.
I have to say I don't care for it. I find that
Those
distressing
don't like it.
actually. But no, I don't like it at all. Okay. So Musty, I believe, Bazaar is to the north, and it's got it. I misdescribed it because I really didn't know, but I spent some time today looking at it. It is like a cross between uh, a farmer's market, a sidewalk sale, and an outdoor mall. Um, but it is very modern. And so these are like 3-story shop fronts like you see in a downtown area. Probably apartments above, shops below. But the shop moves out into the street. So there are racks of clothes going up maybe 10, 20 feet in the air where they'll like pick the thing up with a hook and bring it down. Just it's a sight to see, apparently, from what I read online. But it is definitely crowded. It is definitely chaotic, and very easy to get lost in there. So I've got Daisy here at this cart. This was the nice man cart, and then I have Purdy and Harmon hanging out here, who are not going to help you out at all. They're just going to stand there and look at you. And then,
Come on, guys.
then this is the one who had been trailing on Daisy, who had now decided that his friend had been gone too long and was coming down this way. In this dark alleyway, to explain what's over here, this is the house that had the door open that the guy was going to go into. Dawson, this is the fence you jumped over into the back garden area and then came back over, and this is obviously the alleyway where you waylaid that dude. And I thought I had him on here with like a prone marker. I don't know what happened to him. But that is where we left off. I think we'll pick up with Carl.
I have an unconscious dude, a French woman, and myself in a dark alley in a bowl of soup.
Yeah, all that's true.
I sipped my soup. It's pretty good. She did a great job at it.
I totally forgot.
I don't know what I'm doing right now. I think I just finished playing through his pockets as she was getting the food.
Okay.
I found some stuff.
Yep. I think you found a club with a spike through it.
Yep.
And doesn't look like a crudely done job either. It looks like this was fashioned. This was intentional. This wasn't like, I got this big spike in a club, I'm going to put those two things together and see if they go together. It's clearly a design, and ceremonial looking. Otherwise, man in a suit.
Well, I had in my notes that there was a strip of paper with some Arabic words.
Yep.
And
have
then
that as well.
Ankh symbol tattoo
That's
on
right.
the upper back of his arm.
Upside down Ankh symbol. That's right. That's right. Thank you.
I guess my first thing I'll do is I look towards the woman and I gesture towards the guy who's just on the ground. You know what to do with him?
Hard to say. She sort of just shakes her head. I don't. In French, you speak French, right?
Like the very bad ones that you would learn
Oh, right.
for very bad purposes.
Right. Okay. She, you can kind of piece together a little bit of what she's saying is you can't bring him in here. We can't have him here. She motions over the fence. Um,
You got like any rope or something to just bind him up or something? You know what? I'm just gonna take off his cloak. Why not? Because he's more like a robe or something.
yeah, he was wearing like sort of over like modern clothes. He was wearing sort of a cloak thing, like a dust cloak.
I guess I'm gonna hog time with his own cloak.
Okay.
I don't know.
And she's gonna like point like at a clock, and then give you like a 5.
I got 5 minutes for what?
Then she says, well, they probably put.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she'll call the police and.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she thanks you, and then goes and locks her door so the guy can't get in her house, and gives you 5 to get away.
I guess I'll take her advice and toss him over the fence after I'm done, I guess.
Okay. So you hog tie and then like.
I guess I hog tie him. I'm like looking at the fence. Remember, it's pretty like. There's no way I'm gonna hug this guy over a 10-foot fence.
I mean, Purdy might be able to do it. You were gonna struggle.
I am no Purdy. I guess I'll just
leave him by the fence.
Sure. Like he's just napping.
Got a booze bottle on you?
Not today.
Stick it in his hand.
Hell.
Well, okay.
Huh. Well,
as you finish propping him up, I'm looking for the grappled on here. Yeah, let's call it that. He's restrained. Okay. You hear footsteps coming from the east.
That I had been keeping an eye on walked away.
Yes.
Would I be able to follow him?
Yes.
Like
sure.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I don't want
No,
I didn't want to.
You totally could.
Okay.
We don't have the 30 feet of movement thing. Just move yourself where you think you would have gotten once he moved in there.
I want to keep him in eye range, sight range.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Maybe about here.
He was here, and then he ducks around here.
Okay.
All right. So, what do? You can. There hasn't been anybody else in this alleyway other than the woman who came out to help you, and you and this other assailant. Doesn't feel like it's a traveled alleyway.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna knock on her door.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Sure.
All right. She looks through she pulls the door open with the chain on it. Hello?
Merci, mademoiselle. There's someone else coming. One more that way? I don't know.
Je ne comprends pas. Comprendre pas. It's been 20 years since I took French.
I don't speak French, miss. I only know a few words.
Okay, she opens up the door and lets you in. So then this guy comes crossing. Daisy, are you moving forward at all, or?
I don't know, because that's all I'm seeing is a hall, an alley, right?
Yep. Yeah, you see an alley that I think you can tell goes right once you get to the end of it, like facing down. It would go.
There's no doors or anything.
Not
doorways.
That you see.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll move.
Okay. I am assuming stealthily.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm
Give-
not very good at it, but I'm
Gi-
gonna try. And I just want to get to the end. I want to just see if I can peek after him.
Okay.
Do you want me to
Oh yeah, roll
roll?
stealth,
See how
please. Yeah,
sneaky
yeah,
I?
please.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Roll. No.
No. Okay. Um. Just for funsies. I know I'm not supposed to, but oh, he doesn't hear you. Okay. So you can keep an eye on him as he's moving. He's quite a bit away in front of you, so even though you're not terribly stealthy right now, he doesn't hear you. But he does now see his companion hog-tied
Oh,
in his own cloak. Uh,
that's not good.
so he will pull the club out of his coat and will be on high alert now. So, and you're staying. You kind of ducked back this way after seeing him.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I have no reason. I just wanted to know where he was.
Clyde, give me a listen
So he
check.
can sneak up on me.
Listen, check. That's what I'm not known for. Boop, doop, doop, boop, boop. High number.
Yeah, unfortunate. Okay. He is going to eventually. I don't want to sit here and do pawn moving. He's eventually going to get here. Daisy, do you want to keep tracking him down the alleyway, or do you want to stay put where you're at? Just tell me where you can move your token to where you want to go. Don't worry about movement or anything like that. He's going to be focused on this guy and moving in that direction. So you tell me
All
where
right.
you want to position
I
yourself.
think because I wouldn't really be able to see the end of the alley from where I was, to come up to there, and then I can see it's a dead end. I imagine, right?
Yeah, if you poke around, if you peek around
Yeah.
there. And obviously the other, well, you don't know this, but the other guy can't see you because he's unconscious. So this one, he's facing. He is, facing away from you.
Is there anything in this area that? My thought is, if he starts coming back towards me, I'd like to be able to hide somewhere. Is it as
Okay.
empty as it looks?
No, I didn't have time to do as much as I wanted to do, but my intention had been, and I'll just draw it on here now, is to have little like back fences
Oh, okay.
here. So these would have been like the backyards of some of these houses, the gardens, and so you can see like garden gates. Maybe even somebody has an old jalopy in there. You guys could do vehicular manslaughter. But wrong part of the party. Wrong part of the party.
Going to be real disappointed if you don't do that.
I didn't kill. Well, maybe I did. I crashed into one person.
Yes, you did.
That's it, just one.
But mostly it's just people's gardens. I mean, you could definitely sneak back behind one and hide in the garden if you needed to.
Well, I think. And is what kind of a fence? Like, would I be able to?
This one's not like the end of an alleyway. This is more like your pickety fence type 3-foot high fence.
Okay. Well, if I just kind of like, well, I think I'll take my chances with being in someone's backyard, then, or back garden. So I'll crouch down. I kind of just want to see in case he comes by again. So,
okay.
Just hiding the best I can. I'm so sneaky.
This person is going to perform first aid on his friend and try to wake him up. I'm not going to roll into that. He's just going to slowly try to get this guy roused up. And then they're going to look around and they are going to he's going to slowly carry him off. Oh, I am in drawing mode. But you can hear them talking hurriedly in Arabic, Clyde, as they move away. Now you can hear them coming towards you. I'm not gonna play this out with like drawing and scooching things. Anything? Give me a stealth check, Daisy. Oh man.
Probably gonna fail them almost every time because I don't have a high stealth.
I
But that's why I tried to just whatever.
the unconscious guy's not gonna get to look. I mean, he's conscious now, but he's wounded. I am gonna give a spot hidden on this guy. He fails, so I'm giving Ty to the runner on that one. So they're too busy walking this way and maybe stopping, breathing, looking over in front of you, causing you a brief moment of panic as they stop right in front of the garden and then moving on. Okay. Gosh, I wonder what I would have done if they'd found you. Alright, they're gonna
Lady, call the police. Maybe they'd be as quick to respond as they
true,
did to the
because she is
vehicle.
calling. Well, so that's the other thing is that she's not calling the police because she's got the person who she thinks is kind of a hero in her house, but knows the police will have questions. So now that this body's gone, she doesn't have to call the police.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you want to do now, Clyde?
Well, it's a good thing he didn't come in here. If he was, I was gonna throw that soup all over his face. Well, that's for a different time around. Miss, take care of yourself. Keep this door locked. It's good for your health. And I'll begin to leave.
And then she gives you like a little bow and a thank you, and then you can leave. And I'm just gonna fast forward to you guys finding each other because I don't want to bog down any more than maybe we have. There was a possibility something could have happened there, and I wanted to give the chance there, but I think they could have bogged really quickly. So you guys can reunite however you want. Could be back here in the alley, or meeting back out on the main street.
Well, if I saw Clyde walking by,
Yeah.
I'd probably jump out and scare him.
Okay.
No, not. But I'd come up.
Not with that stealth check, he ain't.
No, I would just come out if I saw him coming by.
Okay.
Because I don't think I would try to follow the other two, because now there's two of them, and I don't know how long it'll take them to get out of that other alley, so I'm just staying where I am.
Gotcha.
And then if I saw Clyde, it's like, all right. And I'll fill him in on, well, I found the kid, but he ran off, and...
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's great news. Did you beat the shit out of him for me?
Well, I didn't get the chance, really. He took off running, and I didn't want to run. I was being followed. It looked like you were as well. So...
I took care of him, but now he's gone now.
Yeah, his friend came and got him. So
that's who that was. So that was the one that was following you.
Right, and I don't know where they've gone now, but they passed by a few minutes ago.
Well, they know better than to go off alone again.
I don't think we're going to find our child guide. He probably is hiding quite effectively now that he knows we're in the area, or at least I'm in the area. Maybe we should just head back to the hotel.
That's probably best. He's probably not halfway across the city at this point.
I would imagine.
Okay.
Do you speak French, by the way?
You'd think I would, but apparently I didn't choose that when I was...
I mean, you live so close to France. You live across the entire ocean from the place.
I really should have paid attention in school. You'd think I would know those. No, I don't speak French.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
To Shepherd's then?
That sounds good.
All right. While that's happening, at the Long Bar, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
As you walk in, you see a familiar face of Willem van
Hoylen?
Hoylen, that's right.
Oh god.
The guy who doesn't like cats or something? Cats don't like?
Well, there's a cat sitting at his feet at the bar, and it is not purring, it is not rubbing up on him, it is staring at him, waiting for him to move. He looks a little miserable about the cat, but has managed to score himself some bottom shelf rum. And he does not notice you when you enter to go get your own drinks. It's
Right. That's not what I need to calm my nerves right now. Let's just go to the other side of the bar.
okay.
All right.
It's I think it's still like midday, right? So it's a fairly empty bar. If you want to avoid Mr. Van Hoylen, probably might be a little better to get a booth or a table. Although it's a very long bar, he might notice that there's somebody else in the bar. But
Is there no one else in the bar?
very few.
Oh, okay.
It's just it's mid-afternoon.
Well, I don't need to be rude if he wants to make conversation. I'm not going toward him.
Okay.
Let's just go grab a booth.
That sounds fine.
Okay. Grab a booth. Waitress comes to the table, asks for your orders, and just it's an American.
Oh well, I can tell by your accent you're not from here.
Oh no, I'm not. Neither are you, clearly.
Yeah, good to see another one of us here.
Yes.
Gotta stick together. Hey, I need to ask a favor if I could.
Okay.
You guys, I didn't see it anywhere here on this menu. Do you guys sell like sardines?
I don't know, but I can probably get some for you if you need them.
Yeah, I would love just like a tin. I just have a hankering for,
For sardines? Sure.
yeah, maybe some bread and some sardines and of course a whiskey. If you got anything American over there, but I understand sometimes that's hard to get this far out.
Yeah.
Make it two of those.
I don't know. During Prohibition, were there people exporting American whiskey?
It's after Prohibition, right?
25?
We're in the midst of it right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think
Probably
I
not
don't
then.
think there's American whiskey exported. Yeah.
Canadian would be good enough.
Canadian, yeah. Or we have Scotch. And we have
Sure.
some Irish whiskeys if you're so inclined.
Sounds good.
All right.
Why don't you pick for us?
Okay. She'll go and do that, and she will check in. She will leave. You will see her leave the bar and check in with the concierge to see if some sardines can be produced from the store down the street, and then she comes back. And we're working on your sardines. We do have bread, but sardines, unfortunately, we don't have a tin of those.
Just one, if they come in, I'll do them together.
Great.
Just a little bit of a snack.
Absolutely. And walks away, and she goes to tend to Mr. Van Hoylen, who now has two cats standing in front of him. She's actually getting a little irritated with him because the first cat they had allowed, and you can hear this conversation happening, in English, of one cat is fine, Mr. Van Hoylen, although a breach of our protocols, we've allowed it, but two cats is a bit much, and he's protesting, neither of them are my cats, they won't leave me alone. And so there's a little bit of a kerfuffle occurring. But otherwise, you guys can, about 25 minutes later, there are sardines and bread and they are brought to you and added to your room tab for the express service of sardines. And other than that, not much.
Is he like is cat guy? Is he like aware of his surroundings? Is he like just drowning himself in rum?
He's drowning himself in rum if possible. He looks
So
absolutely miserable.
he's just unaware that we're there. It's not like
He
similar to what.
he was barely able to protest, and he's probably, from your eyes, maybe if he finishes that drink, he's going to get to the point where they're going to have to toss him.
Okay.
And he's going to finish the drink, and they're not going to serve him anymore.
Got it.
Yeah.
Should I know it's sort of a burden, but I mean it is kind of weird, and now we've seen like weird things going on here. You sure we don't want to talk to him?
We certainly could. I just imagine it's just going to be stressful.
Why don't we do this? I imagine our friends are going to be back sometime soon. You're not going to start talking to them, and if it gets stressful, we can leave them with those two, and just excuse ourselves. We have someplace to be later. Remember?
That's true.
So, I mean, if they want to hang out with Catman.
I don't remember how long I said it took Daisy and Carl to get Daisy and Clyde to keep parallel construction of names. I don't remember how long I said it took to get as far as you did, but you're probably back there within 35 minutes on foot. So maybe by the time the sardines get there, you guys are entering Shepherd's. So we can bring the party back together at this point. Maybe as soon as he says we can ditch them on our friends, you guys walk through the door.
I guess one good thing is I got this lovely silk. It's a color you don't see everywhere.
Well, he seems to have quite a more fruitful experience other than the fact that a string goes stumbling in a back alley, but yeah, that's besides the point. Anyways, I did find this note.
Oh. Do you know what it says?
Do you speak Arabic?
No. It would have been really helpful.
Is this even Arabic?
It kind of looks.
You
maybe?
guys have seen Arabic, obviously
It's a bunch of squiggles.
So.
Right, but I would imagine
It is very difficult unless you're to Arabic, Farsi, Kurdish.
They have the same sort of.
There's some letters that are used in one and not the other, but
I wouldn't want to assume, right?
we are in Cairo. So,
it looks like it, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, we'll
have
figure
to
it
find
out later.
somebody we trust to translate it. Probably says our names, don't you think? Information about us. They were following us.
Yeah, that's something to take into effect that they know where we sleep is a good start.
Mm-hmm. Well,
In a very busy city like Cairo.
Hopefully our friends had better luck than we did.
I'm sure they finally just went to a museum. What's the worst they could have done?
They could beat somebody to death with a car shift.
That sounds absolutely absurd, random person who's next to me. Why are you putting it in our conversations?
So rude. Alright, yeah. I was just imagining we'd be talking as we come in. So
and then you find them at the.
Here they are.
Not hard to find them at the table. So you guys can all rejoin each other and make plans for the rest of your day.
Hey, Clyde, your friend's over there.
What friend?
Catman.
Who's Catman?
Oh, probably the guy with the two cats sitting there.
I think there's 4 there now.
Is that the guy that said it's on his 3rd marriage?
I don't. We didn't discuss his marital history.
I was doing it with
He is-
Daisy. So
He's
there's
an
a thing I do.
archaeologist.
Oh, is that so? Well, there's a thing I did with Daisy on my first day here, and I think I saw that gent over there. I think I said he was on his third marriage as we're going through everyone in the bar.
There's a scream from the kitchen, or the back bar area. I don't know if there's a kitchen back there, but the back bar area, a scream and a bunch of dishes clattering and some broken glass as somebody starts yelling in Arabic, and out from the swinging door, another cat comes through and jumps up on top of the bar and is sitting at the bar and staring at him, who then himself screams and runs from the bar. 3 cats now following him out the bar.
Wait, he left?
Well-
you could catch him. He's just ran off.
Yeah, I'll go out.
Okay. All right.
I'll drink my
he's-
whiskey.
What, you what your whiskey?
I will drink my whiskey.
Okay, I thought you said you'll leave your whiskey. I was like, that didn't
Nope.
seem like the right
Nope.
choice.
I will drink my whiskey.
Okay.
I'll follow after Purdy, but I don't want to like interrupt him. I just want to see what's going on with the cats. So
Right.
I'll go out that way.
So he is moving at great speed. You will be able to catch him. I'm not going to do a chase thing, but you'll be able to catch him if you want. But it is not going to be like just striding after him. He is beating feet. These cats are going.
It'll
after
look
him.
even more ridiculous. A guy who's like 6'7" running after him.
Yeah,
So,
yep.
yeah, well, no, absolutely.
All right.
Can
So,
of sardines in one hand and
sure. So through this 5-star hotel front lobby area from the sidebar, man goes running out at sort of a portly man, disheveled, with 3 with 3 cats chasing after him, and then a 6'7" American holding a can of sardines goes chasing after him. And just as he gets to the front revolving doors, Purdy's able to put a hand on his shoulder. You're able to reach out. Cats now are just kind of cuddled around you, and one of them actually starts trying to climb your leg.
mine.
Yep.
Oh, I guess who else would it be? Sorry. I thought, hey, kitty. Yeah, I'm more of a dog guy. Hey, Mister, you okay?
Damn. Oh. Oh. And then he shakes it off. He swallows back the vomit, and then looks at the cats again, freaks out, and tries to run away again. As you grab, or I'm assuming you grab his arm again, but I don't know. He just tries to run again from the cats. This cat has now sat on your shoulder, close to him, and is just sort of doing like a paw lick and not like breaking eye contact with this guy as he is
He's
doing.
the cat on my shoulder.
Yes, he has crawled up the side of you and the back and is sitting on your shoulder. Unless you shake him off.
Yeah, I don't think Purdy's much of a cat guy.
Okay.
Although he's not really like an animal herder.
Cat
HUR.
doesn't seem to have any animosity towards you at all. It is fixated and loves the fact that it can look down on him from your shoulder.
I'm gonna say, hey, sir, hold still a minute. Like, tell me the story. Like, you're running away from this cat because you think, like, it's following you?
It's not just this cat. It's all cats.
And what were you doing
I
right?
come in here because the staff keep the cats away.
What were you doing right before cats started following you?
I was
Right
a
before.
prominent archaeologist working with the Clive expedition, and I was fired.
Okay, and why were you fired?
They didn't understand my ideas.
Explain them. You got 30 seconds. If I can get rid of these cats, you're gonna have to tell me what.
The Clive expedition thinks I lost the mummy. The Clive expedition thinks that I'm a drunk and I cannot. But I know I have found things. I know
What
things
have you
they
found?
don't know.
What if I tell you I don't think you lost the mummy?
I
It's that queen mummy, right?
Queen Nitocris. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I'm pretty sure you didn't lose her.
What do you know, sir?
Well, what do you know?
Uh,
You tell me first, and I'm going to get rid of these cats for you.
uh, uh, This is all too much excitement. I've had too much rum. Uh, And he sort of just stares blankly and then sees the cats again, and it sort of, that brief adrenaline sober up.
Mm-hmm.
And I found scrolls.
You found scrolls.
Shh.
And so, wait.
I
so,
will ask you, sir, to keep your volume down.
Sorry. I'm
Scrolls.
a loud cat.
Because you're in the lobby. You're in the lobby of the yeah.
Here, I have an idea. Sir, do you mind following me? I swear. I know you don't know me from Adam, but
The cat's still on your shoulder. Anything you want to do about that?
What sort of front door of the hotel is this?
Revolving.
I'm gonna pick up the cat. I'm gonna put it in the revolving door. Put the revolving door so the cat is stuck in that space.
Okay.
In fact, I may pick up 2 cats.
Okay.
And do the same thing.
All right, you got 2 cats, and you're able to do that. They're not fighting you. They're staring at him the entire time that you move them.
That's fine, but they're stuck. Like when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in the one spot, and they're not gonna have enough weight to move it forward, right? So then they.
Quick, on me.
So one cat's still out following him, but as you move away, you can hear hissing as the cats start clawing at the glass and are hissing at him from behind
And I
the glass.
strong arm him, and I'm leading him up to the room.
Oh, to your hotel room. Okay.
Yes, and I'm going to close the door of the room and the windows, and basically make a cat-free zone.
Okay. All right. So, what do the rest of you wish to do now? Robin, Daisy saw that occur.
Yeah. I'm not going to interfere, but I'll follow them and maybe just hang out in the hallway. In case something happens, I don't want Curdy to be off by himself.
Okay.
So I'll hang out so I can at least hear if someone starts screaming or something, or if there's a fight.
It's probably fine. There's no gear shifts in the room.
Yeah.
Plenty of other club-like objects, though.
Yeah, that's true. All right, you get him into your hotel room, and it's a nice hotel room. I don't know because of plumbing and situations. Like last time I was in an old hotel, there was 1 bathroom per floor kind of situation. So it's just a room, I think, with a bed and.
Yeah, the whole idea was to bring him to a cat-free place. That's
sure. So he sits down. There is a cat that is outside. You were able to kick the cat away, maybe, or keep it away and get him into this room. So there's 1 cat outside your room.
Okay.
And because 2 you trapped in the door, and then there was a 3rd one still following him.
Right.
So
yeah.
Although
okay.
I bet you might have given him the slip in the elevator. I don't know. But doesn't matter.
I'm sure they would find their way up anyway. Hi, Sophie. I know. I'm talking about cats. Yeah, I'd be like, I don't think you, and if I saw Daisy following me, which I don't think you were being.
Yeah, my stealth score sucks. We've established that. So
no. But I mean, I don't think you were necessarily hiding from me, right?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. like I probably would have urged you to come in, like just so you can. It wasn't like I was being super private. I just wanted to talk to this guy,
Okay.
and say, just say, hey, like we don't like I don't think the mummy's gone. I just think someone took it. I don't think it was you. Um,
Oh, no, nobody thinks it was me. I'm a nobody in their eyes. They think I was drunk and let thieves get by.
yeah. No, I think it's more likely at this point that maybe they I don't know. Who knows? But I don't think it's lost, and I think people who need to know where it is.
You seem like a very intelligent and learned man.
You know what? That's people. If I had a pyramid for every time someone told me that, I would be one of them mummies.
Usually,
Did you ever unwrap a mummy?
I, um, no, I,
What's in there?
it's a body. It's a.
But is there anything else? I mean, like,
I mean, they're missing
why
their.
not just wear a shirt and like I don't know, some pants?
Oh, you want to know if they have clothes on under the wrapping?
Well, I mean, I mean, it's a little weird to wrap around a bunch of toilet paper around yourself when you die. I mean, it seems a little insensitive to the people who have to do that.
Well, I mean, there was a whole lot of things, and he goes into the whole like how the organs are
Embalming.
extracted and all the embalming, and it was actually quite a surprisingly interesting and in some ways surprisingly medically sound practice for preservations.
Was that what all the scrolls were about? How to do that? Is that what you learned that?
No, no. So there were scrolls that were found at the site. Um, Now the those scrolls Dr. Clive took, um, but I found other scrolls that they didn't know about.
What do those scrolls say?
And I am not going to be able to RP this quick enough and give you all the good details, so incoming lore dump out of the book. Um, in a tiny forgotten temple, he found a set of scrolls containing an unknown tract setting forth ancient Egyptian rituals. They date back from the 13th dynasty, if not earlier, and he has been translating them. He thinks that within a week he will have finished it. This is going to be his magnum opus. This will put him on the map, but he's running out of money and resources, and these cats are everywhere.
Um. So I'm not. I don't know. Are the cats following you, or are the cats following the scrolls?
Why would cats follow a scroll?
I don't know. Did the cats start following you right after you found the scrolls?
Well, I guess technically that's true.
I mean, remember you told me I was one of those smart guys, and I'm asking you the next smart question.
Well, yeah, but why just because I found? You don't. Do you believe that there is like these scrolls have old mumbo jumbo spells in them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe one of those spells is how to bring cats to you, how to win cat friends and influence cat people.
What do the cats represent
Oh, did you come
in
in the room?
your? Yeah, well, I was
Yeah.
invited in, right?
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you. I missed that. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
monopolizing the conversation.
Sorry, I missed that. I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you ask, Rob? Sorry.
I just asked, what do the cats represent in
In the scrolls.
in the well in your are they in the scrolls at all, or do they represent something in this ancient history?
He starts to wheedle and dissemble a little bit. Uh, there's a lot of language of, well, in Egypt there were cat lovers. Maybe that's a light way. He's trying to sober up too, so he's.
Do you want help, or do you want these cats and more to be following you around? You seem at a disadvantage. You seem to not have very many allies right now. You've got two people offering some form of support, but maybe if you were a little more upfront with us.
This is my last chance. I have to translate these scrolls. I the the temple that I found them on was sacred to Bast. But it is no cat goddess. There is no.
Is Bast the cat goddess?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I think you've.
Uh,
Purdy, I don't know what to do with this man. I think you were having more luck with him than I am.
I think you just have to sort of tell him what to do, is what sort of guess. So, sir, as my friend here noted, do you want our help? If not, I ready the sardines. If not,
you're gonna do
you're
going to
have much worse cat problems.
It's not that I. The cats have gotten threatening. They hiss at me. And he brings up his he pulls up his pant leg and he is shredded.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a couple of puncture marks where he's been bitten. I don't understand. I just need. I promise I will put it back, but every day there are more cats and it's more aggressive. But I just need a week, one more week, and I can translate all of this, all of these scrolls, these black rites of Luva Karaf. I will type it into the chat.
What's a black rite?
Oh, a sort of primitive thinking of how magic could influence the world. These sort of.
So is this one like a specific one, or
there are a number of spells in it.
What do you know? What some of them do?
I don't. No. Some of it is. I will tell you as I read them. I sometimes feel my imagination getting away from me, and I feel like. Oh, well, now I made Clyde say that, but.
The Black Rat's a Luva Karafi?
I don't know why that just occurred to me.
Why did you just say that sitting in the bar? What does that mean? Where did that come from?
I don't know. I think that Arabic guy yelled it at me not too long ago.
Just was so focused on the whiskey. Suddenly, you're spouting this. Did it come from the vampirism?
Have you translated even one of them yet? Like it's a bunch of scrolls. Do you have one that you finished?
I am about actually close to halfway done. And 1 second, I can tell you. Yeah, half the scrolls. And so far they're mostly about the worship of Bast. And then there are some sections on Sebek, and believes that to be a representation of Apep, one of the servants of Egyptian myth who sought to stop the boat of the sun god Ra from rising every morning. He has translated what he thinks are 3, he calls them rituals, spells, meaningless, but give us an insight into the ancient mind, do they not? One to give you the ability to talk to Bast, supposedly. Um, Another one that
I
I have been thinking about a lot lately, trying myself, is called Bind Cat. Uh,
Bind what?
it
I mean, we could probably find some rope, and I could show you. You don't need a spell to bind a cat.
Maybe the cats are trying to warn you of something. If you're delving into something that you shouldn't be translating. You call them meaningless, but can you explain why all these cats are so intent on you and you alone?
yes. Um,
Oh, okay.
Sardines
Well,
in his pocket.
as long as you're content with that and want to take the risk of spending the next week
no,
with
no,
these
I'm sorry.
scrolls.
I think I misspoke there. No, I don't. I, I just need the quiet to finish my work.
Hey, can we try? Can I try something? I will get rid of the cat, but can I bring that cat into this room just for a minute?
And he just looks down at his legs and he just sort of
You don't need to. It'll just be me and
shrugs.
her.
He just
It'll just be
shrugs.
the two of us who are dealing with the cat.
Okay.
Open the door. They're like, "Hey, cat, get in here."
There are two cats in the hall now.
Want one?
Well,
Well, you get to now.
I make a value judgment on which cat looks smarter.
okay. You only let one
And
cat
the
in.
cat,
Sure.
am I? You cat, you're stupid. Get out of here. No one wants you.
Just looks at you like a
Oh,
cat would.
must be the stupid one.
So one comes in though.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, hey, cat. It seems crazy that I'm talking to you, but we need to know if you're trying to warn him. If you're trying to warn him that something bad's about to happen, you walk over to her and that's not what you're trying to say. You come over to me.
Cat doesn't move. Keeps its eyes on Van Hoylen.
He's gonna. You know there is a spell to do something terrible to you if in that weird thing he has rolled up. If you don't answer us, he might bind you, like glue you to a wall. It sounds like.
Cat just keeps staring at Van Hoylen. The
I,
cat's
I,
behavior in every way is cat-like,
yeah,
other than it is focused on Van Hoylen. It
I
doesn't
think I
seem to have
accidentally.
a an otherworldly intelligence. It seems like it's a
Hey,
cat with a job.
do you have one of the scrolls on you by chance?
No,
All right.
I keep those secret.
No, I was just curious. Have you handed over one to us with the
Uh,
cat stuff at
both
us
of,
instead?
both of you make a spot hidden check.
He's got it right in his back pocket.
Uh,
See what the drunk man's trying to hide.
Wow, Daisy's got a hella spot hidden.
yeah, I
Wow.
suck at stealthing, but
Yeah.
I'm good at spotting things, apparently.
Well, what you noticed when you asked the question and when he said it was hidden, the cat's ears actually perked up, and it focused on him when you asked where the scrolls were.
Hmm. I would think that something that's so important to you, something that you need, that's your last chance, you wouldn't just leave it somewhere where someone else could find it. Are you sure you don't have them on you?
100%. And he actually turns his pockets out. You see that he's, got like a couple of coins left and a lint and like the equivalent of like a couple, well, not equivalent, like whatever a receipt for liquor would be. But he empties out all of his pockets. He has nothing on him.
Okay.
If you could, you know, guard my door while I did this translating work for the next week, that I have nothing to offer you. I have no payment to give you. I just would would help a sad old man out. He's not that old.
Would
He's like
would
35.
would so one of our friends, he's kind of good at reading some of those picture sentences things, those hieroglyphics. Um, if we did that, would you be willing to show him those? What you're doing? He could probably help you. In fact,
He sort of looks suspicious, like somebody's going to take his academic credit.
no, he has no such interest. I promise.
Well, I,
I
I
mean,
just
he wants to work with you. He doesn't want to take it from you.
pretty. I'm not even entirely sure these are things anyone should know. You were saying there were three you already translated. One was the ability to talk with Bast. The other was bind cat. What was the third?
Bind crocodile.
I mean, they don't sound entirely terrible, do they? But what if the fourth is something horrendous? What if it's gain a falcon head or jackal head or something like that?
What would be really strange would be to have a bull head and not be a minotaur.
Um, so
It's just I'm in this situation that's driving me crazy. I can't work, but
and Daisy wouldn't know that we have a scroll already. Yeah, because we haven't got a chance to talk about
No.
yeah. I forgot what scroll you guys even had.
it. To transport ourselves somewhere. I don't remember exactly.
Oh, right.
It was to move ourselves.
Right.
I don't know what it exactly, if it was better than that.
I think Daisy would totally believe these aren't just rituals. They're something that could happen. So when he's talking about it as this, like, superstitious thing, she's seeing it as this is something that could be potentially dangerous. They're literally called black rites. That doesn't sound like a good thing. I don't know enough about this mythology to know what kind of a ruler, what kind of a goddess this Bast is. Bast? I don't know. I can't even say the name.
It's spelled B-A-S-T, but in Black Panther it was pronounced Bast, so I
Okay.
that.
But if one of them was about someone trying to stop the sun god from rising every morning, that sounds nefarious, don't you think?
Oh, these are all the mythologies.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Purdy.
Yeah, and I think that's a little why I'd rather we know whose hands they're in than for them to be out in the world. Because, quite honestly, I think the only reason this man still has them is because no one knows he has them. And if they did, I look at him directly and I'm like, we're completely on your side. You were right to be very shy about telling people about these.
Yes.
But I worry that there are bad people who would seek to get these from you if they are, because of, and I'll try to smooth things over with charm and basically be like, because of trying to steal your academic fame and look like they can be smarter than you. I think you're wise to be secretive about this.
Okay. Give me a charm check. Because I want to see how far this could go. Nice. Okay. I will. And then he stands in front of the cat and tries to block the cat's view.
Mm-hmm.
I will take you.
Oh no, don't worry. Pick up the cat, throw it in the hall.
Okay, the cat actually, as soon as you pick it up to throw it away, as it gets away from it, hisses midair and tries to. As soon as you go to, it's trying to run back in the room, and you slam the door in its face.
This motherfucker.
But you do notice as you throw the cat out in the hall, there's not 3 cats out there.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I will take you. I will take you to where I keep it.
Well, we appreciate that. It's really maybe 2 of us will, or maybe all of us will go, but it's really I'd love it if you could show them to our friend, who can make some sense of and probably make the best judgment for all of us about what this means. He loves cats, so you could probably adopt 3 or 4 to him.
It would make me laugh
give
so
them a
hard if
very
Norman
good
loved
home.
cats. Knowing Ed's take on cats. Anyway, yes, I can take you there now. It is about.
Yes, I'm a lover of all things evil.
2 p.m.
How far away is it?
Not very far at all.
Okay.
But he will. No, I won't. He won't. I will, as the keepers say. You did say you would meet Professor Kafur at Ibn Tulin at 5.
Oh, okay, thanks.
So.
Is
that right? I think that's the one thing I think I remember.
That's my memory.
Okay.
Evening,
yeah. I really don't like the new ping. Whatever.
Yeah, I would say. Are there phones in the room?
I think that would probably be a thing. I have no idea. There's probably a hall phone. Actually, it's more likely.
I would.
In other cities that we've been in, we've had to go to the desk for the phone.
Okay.
I think I'd ask. I don't know, Daisy, if you want to go or if I'll go, either way. Someone to go down and grab the other 2 from the bar.
I'll go down.
Okay, and I'll wait up here, and then, just so we can all have the conversation together. I feel, as a player, a little bad that not passing it, but also I'm sort of tying other people into decision making.
So there are 3 cats out there when you leave, and you go and get them. Anything that you guys want to RP that, or just come along?
And that's why she left me for another man. It's gone for 3 years, and then she leaves me for it. I don't understand. It's just like, why could she do that to me?
I was really just trying to calm my nerves with the drink, and now I have that weight on me too.
Is it? I see this French girl who reminds me everything of her. I can't anymore.
I'm gonna pour Clyde another shot.
Gents, I don't mean to interrupt this clearly touching moment, but there's something going on with those cats upstairs. Trying to get to.
Did you say cats?
Yes.
Oh, I love cats.
Well, that's good because there's a lot of them and more are coming. And
really?
Apparently, there is some ancient rites that might need your attention. I don't remember what your name is right now, Oliver. Is that accurate?
It is
Oliver.
I don't know.
And it might be best if you heard it straight from the source. So, are you sober enough?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Carl has been hitting the sauce a bit.
Oh dear.
Apparently, he thought he could also calm my nerves.
It's been a rough day, hasn't it, Carl? I'll put my hand on your back and like let's leave this here. Let's just go upstairs and walk.
But he already poured it.
No, but you don't need that. That's not going to help you at all. It'll just make it worse.
It won't take any time at all. It's just one shot.
I mean,
not helping.
He did say it like that.
Shot goes back. All right. Got a drunk Carl. All right. A drunk Clyde. All right. You guys head back up to the room. When you get to the room, there are now 7 cats.
Holy shit!
Around the door. And a couple of them are now caterwauling at the door.
I'm gonna go ahead and make an Egyptology check if I can.
Go ahead. What are you hoping to ascertain?
This is important.
Okay.
Would it give him any bonuses or anything if I fill them in as we're coming? I didn't want to do it in the bar where there was other people
Sure. Well,
to mention the cat goddess and
with the
all of that.
boss, yeah, and he would have
Yeah.
he would have heard of boss. So
Yeah.
we'll give you a
Yeah.
bonus die. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna pet one of the cats. So look at
Nope.
you and your little face.
No, I didn't see the roll. I didn't see the dice.
The
I
dice
only got
didn't
the
roll
the
out for
number.
me either. Yeah. I wonder if there's. I think I bet some of my dice modules didn't. With the new Foundry update, they're probably broken. I need to.
But I did not get it.
All right. Huh. My Twitch screen is not showing the most recent roll. I have to change how that's cut later. Anyway, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, other than what Daisy just told you, there isn't anything. Looking at this, that
And
strikes a
certainly,
ritual.
Bast was the cat-headed goddess. I suppose there's some connection in that sense.
When I say bind cat or bind crocodile too, does that mean anything? Would that?
I think you'd have to ask Purdy. That sounds more like his purview.
I mean, if you're thinking of the English language itself, I mean, bind could have many different meanings. I mean, look at this little guy. How would you want to bind him up?
So,
It's just like the
we
straight
better-
out holding the cat. The cat's just like this.
the cat doesn't care. It's just staring at the door.
Maybe we should stay out here and wrangle some cats while you go in and converse. Harmon,
So Clyde and Daisy will wrangle cats, and Harmon will go into the room.
Harmon is covering his nose and mouth going past the cats.
Okay.
I feel like he'd be better inside. I don't mean to volunteer, you Clyde, but I'll stay out and try to keep.
Hey, I ain't no academic.
All right, you guys cat wrangle. I'll say you're able to keep all 7 cats out. And you enter the room. You guys are. I'm gonna just say for.
So the easiest way is just really to pour gasoline on them. Oh, hey,
Ah, Mr. Van Hoylen, a pleasure.
All right. Professor. I don't remember Oliver's last name.
Martin.
Martin. Professor Martin. Is that Dutch?
Maybe generations back.
Oh. You know, I am Dutch.
I do know that.
I have disclosed to your colleagues that I have made a profound discovery.
Yes, I understand. You have some scrolls. Something described as black rites.
Yes, I found them in the in a small shrine to Bast. He's gotten drunker apparently in the intervening time. They were under the statue. Secret compartment.
And you thought the best course of action was to spend a lot of time reading them, these black rites.
Yes. Well, not just read them, I'm translating them into Dutch. And when I get them published, that will be my ticket.
Could be. You're just
These
not
have
sure you
never
want to
been-
know where.
These have never been read before by anyone.
I'm sure that's not true.
Well, have you heard of the Black Rites of Liva Carafe?
I've not. No.
This could be brand new.
Judging by the age of the temple in which you found them, I doubt that.
Well, I mean, we did. I should clarify this. That it was part of that whole the discovery of the new mummy.
Yep.
So that is
Queen Nitocris.
yeah, it was a well. That's not been you know that, but that's not widely known.
But he thought that was what it was.
He did.
When I talked to him last.
Yes, he did for sure.
Yeah.
But that has not been wide, and in fact,
Yeah.
it's actively discouraged.
But he was the first person who suggested that that's who it was.
Correct, and I think then the army functionary and the newspaper guy were like poo-pooing it a little bit because that's a nonsense thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you actually personally know it is. So,
Mm-hmm.
but where this little sub-temple, this little shrine to Bast was in this sort of discovery area. So this would be new, and this is a new archaeological place as well. So, but it would be quite old if that was your point.
Yeah. Well, it was because he's saying it's brand new.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
That's why I'm saying
you lawyered
it's certainly
me.
not.
All right.
This is brand new shit. No, it's not. You found it in a 2,000-year-old temple.
That right, but brand right. But I am a European.
No one's ever read it before. No, that's not true because somebody wrote it.
I am European, and I believe everything we discover for other Europeans is brand new. No one else ever had anything to do with it until it was read and understood by Europeans.
Right. So, your intention is to continue translating these. And what are you going to do about the army of cats?
By the way, that also applies to Americans. So,
I mean, we were just talking about that. I think we got that part covered.
Yeah.
We just need to get some supplies.
There's a lot of cats in this world.
There are a lot of cats.
And I am allergic to every single one of them.
Even the hairless ones?
I assume so.
Oh, okay. It's only a week. I need a week.
I worry for your safety with these.
And he looks down at his legs. I give her a little bit.
I worry that we're not far away from parts of the world in which cats can be much larger.
I think this is the first time that you all see genuine fear creep into his eyes. That had not occurred to him.
Hey, do your scrolls say anything about people with cat heads?
Yes, Bast.
But like people who love Bast a little too much.
Oh, and he says, well, not directly per se, but it does mention that the high priestess of Bast could transform from a cat into a human and back.
Well, perhaps that's who's waiting outside for you.
Oh, no, that's... I can't... No, it's too important here. It's 1 week.
Yes, and I've heard tell that it takes a lion at least 2 weeks to kill a man.
Is that true?
No, it takes him no time at all.
I have said I will take you to the place. I will take you to where these scrolls are. If you could come up with a way to, I finished the translation.
I think it would be very helpful to us to have a look at them. I worry that your continuing to translate them will be perilous for your health.
Yes, maybe, but what other choices do I have? I don't even have a way to get back to Amsterdam. This is my ticket home.
Provided you can find a buyer for your information in Egypt, then.
Yes. I think I know people who can do this.
You might start with not belittling their history.
Yes, perhaps you're right. Perhaps you're right.
Anyway, we could certainly look at this. We have to go to another meeting this evening, so yours will have to wait. I hope that no cats devour you in the meantime.
I devour. Like, thus far, it's been leg scratches. He finds a bit of stationery on the table and he writes down his address. This evening, then, perhaps after your or tomorrow morning.
I don't mean to speak for all of us, but I think we may be able to find time to have a look. It depends on what occurs in the interim.
Very well. And he gives like a sort of formal half bow to Purdy. Thank you very much for your assistance.
Don't burn them; it'll only make the others angrier.
In the interim, would it be possible for you to give me a running start with the cats that are oh, you can hear them caterwauling out in the hallway.
You want to go out
No,
the window?
kid, get back here. Where you
There are
going?
other guests who are coming out and going, "What is on with the cats?" And now there's bellhops coming up because now there are 9 cats.
Do you want to try the window?
You're on the 6th floor.
Yep.
No, I will run. And he throws the door open, kicks a cat, really mean, and then starts booking it down the hallway.
Oh, word of that is going to carry. They're all going to know.
Yeah.
And you guys have the room to yourself. And you have a little bit of time before you have to leave for Ibn Tulid. So any discussion you guys wish to have or any plans you wish to make? Do we need a bio break? It is 8:03. I'm good with pushing forward, but if folks wanted a bio break, we can take it.
I had a lot of sympathy for him on first meeting. It's waned a bit.
He's very intent on finishing the translation. I don't know if it's because he's desperate or... I mean, he could be a good asset if we could convince him to not be so foolhardy.
Well, I don't know how intent he really is if he's continuing to get drunk every afternoon.
No, that's a good point.
How long would it take him to translate it if he wasn't in the bottle?
I feel like you're judging people who drink a lot.
You sound like one of those prohibitionists.
I'm judging his priorities. If his goal is to get this translated in the least amount of time possible, he shouldn't be spending his time drinking.
Well, and this is going to sound awful, but if we can find out where he has the scrolls, maybe we can get them from him. He enjoys drinking, right? So we have a friend who enjoys drinking. They could spend some time together drinking while one of our other friends who's really good at acquiring things stealthily could get the scrolls.
What if... I got an idea. What if Clyde is really good at sneaking up on people? What if we put Clyde in like a giant lion suit and we had him sneak up on him? And Clyde could say, "Give me your scrolls."
I think we put a pin in that and we watch for a lion suit on our way to our meeting.
All right.
It would be a good asset just to know that we have a lion suit at the ready in the future anyway.
Just feel like Clyde's not really pulling his weight, and he really needs to do a little bit more for this team.
Well, he did distract those cats handily while I was in here.
You see, they're like...
Didn't vampires have control over cats somehow?
I mean,
Not
we
to
are
my
creatures of the night. We do wolves. I don't know about cats, though.
He did spout some bizarre language while we were down at the bar.
So where are we going?
So
I think
you guys
we're
have
heading.
not shared with each other yet that you talked to Dr. Kafur.
Yeah, so Purdy and I went and spoke with Dr. Kafur, and he was more knowledgeable than we expected him to be. And he offered to meet with us again, but not at the university where he was readily observed. We were trailed there and from there, well, that didn't go quite as planned, but we did shake our tail.
You're saying you were also trailed as well?
We were until one of them died.
Did they flied?
Died.
They flew? Died. Like their clothes?
Nope. One of them had their head caved in with a stick shift.
Ah. Good work, Harmon. Well, you
And
seem
I'm
to be
deliberately
more.
using the passive voice to describe that so that it sounds less implicative.
Well, you seem to be more merciless than I thought. I mean, I just choked the one that was tailing me in a back alley.
Let's be fair.
one
I
was-
didn't hit anyone. I ran away.
Did you find out anything about them? I was being tailed by one, and there was a very friendly booth vendor. I don't know what he was selling, food vendor, and it seems like they're kind of a known entity in this area. And I'm going back, member of the Brotherhood.
Yep.
Very
We didn't
bad
really
people.
get much information. It sort of went. It was very quick. It was in the car. Man's dead. Run away.
All right.
Well-
I did take his club. So we have that.
Wait,
sort of
you
interesting.
got a club as well?
Yeah, and I'll go get it.
You mean, and I'll reach into my equivalent, realizing I'm wearing like the Indiana Jones, just like the white shirt, no jacket
Yeah.
this time around. My hip, I guess. Pull out the club. This?
Are they the same?
Yes. 100%.
Oh, and show him the other thing you found.
Harmon, you're smarter than I will ever be in my lifetime. Do you speak whatever this is?
No.
You think
No,
this is something?
all of my language use has been Latinate based. Well, I suppose English is Germanic, really, but regardless, the alphabet. And no, I don't recognize that.
You think your doctor companion might?
Yes.
Anyways, here's my thoughts. This place is no longer safe to be.
Because of the cats?
No, cats are wonderful creatures. How could you ever hate them?
Because of the
No,
Brotherhood.
because we were
Well, they
followed
are-
immediately as we left.
These particular cats are answering to an ancient cat god who wants to kill everyone, so there's that.
I beg your pardon.
Well, just postulizing.
Right. As I was saying, I don't believe this place is no longer safe for us. If we were tailed the second we walked out the door, they know we're here.
It sounds like that was your experience. Purdy and I don't think were actually tailed ourselves, but there were those watching the university who then followed us.
In either case, if they're able to pick up two just random people in the street as their targets and they know what we've been doing, I don't believe this place is safe anymore.
I think you're right. I think that's fair. That's a fair bet.
I think it might be time for an early checkout.
Well, luckily we reserved rooms at the other hotel.
Ain't that wonderful?
And maybe we don't check out.
Yes, I think it's best if we just leave, not check out at all. We'll head to our meeting and then we'll go back to the other hotel.
Now I want to know what that other hotel's name is, because I don't remember.
It's in the
It was the
name
other
here
nice
somewhere.
one.
Where is it?
It's not terribly important, but I want to know.
Semiramis?
Samarami's, is it?
Does that sound right?
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Anyways, that other place, we can go there afterwards. Let's just make sure to phone our lawyer in our money bags the fact that, we may not want this hotel much longer. Keep the costs down.
Yeah, we'll have to send it.
Ramsey,
Send
that's
a
his name.
telegraph.
It would be, it's cost saving, but if people are trying to track us, it might look good if money is being paid to this hotel in our name. Right?
That's
I
a good
d-
point.
I agree.
All right.
We will at least split their resources if they're continuing to watch this hotel, because on record we're still staying here.
That would be my suggestion anyway.
All right. So at about this time, you guys are the mosque of Ibn Tulan is not difficult to find. However, it will be kind of a walk. So it would be quicker, more expeditious to take a car or find services, however, like bus service, etc. Although I'm not sure there's a ton of bus service in Cairo at this point.
I do think our mistake, Clyde was not taking a car. We thought we would be able to walk just fine, and that didn't go so well. So maybe transportation would be a good idea.
Well, it told us the allies in the place, so
That's very.
Could we maybe take two? Maybe half of us go downstairs. We ask for a car and we leave in that car, and then the next group comes down at that point. So they think half of us are staying, half of us are going.
That's a good idea.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. How are you splitting up?
I mean, we already have the perfect buddy system at this point.
Okay.
I never once.
Which system is that?
I mean, we did well last time. You murdered a man. I choked someone in an alley.
I bought falafel and a headscarf.
I want to be on Team Falafel.
All right, let's do it like that. Harmon.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually.
Clyde.
I think in
It was
very
fun.
real terms, you win. Like if you got falafel, that's a win. Okay. So what is what are you? You just do whatever.
Let's put Purdy and Clyde on different teams simply because you're the two who are capable if things go pear-shaped.
Mm-hmm.
I think the professor should be in the first car no matter what because he's going to meet the professor. So that makes sense.
All right. So Professor and Clyde and Harmon and Clyde and Daisy and Birdie.
That sounds fine. Just so long as one of the more martially capable is on each team.
Okay. All right. I don't care. I just thought you were trying to change it up, so that's the only way that changes up from what you did earlier. So.
Yeah, I was only suggesting just Hartman just because someone who was in the original meeting has to get there first.
Yeah.
Right.
It seems like the better choice is you than me. Otherwise, he's going to be here and learning about unwrapped mummy suspicions.
Okay. So the first car is Harmon and Clyde, and you go down to about 30 minutes, 45 minutes before Daisy and Purdy, and the car takes you there without any sort of. There's no conversation with the driver other than directions. It's a little bit of a tension oddness considering you knew that one of the they know where you're at, and they had sent drivers out to watch you at the museum, but you are delivered safely to the mosque. Um, Upon arrival, you're about 10 minutes early. And the mosque, I believe Professor Kafur, Dr. Kafur told you that it had been sort of turned into predominantly
Hospital, right?
mental health hospital. And so it's a beautiful building. It's old. It's slightly run down, but it is still beautiful. And the run down appearance of it is just sort of function of age and limited resources, but it's still cared for. Cracks are patched in, but not as nicely as maybe they could be. But you are there's a front door you can enter, and sitting there is a clerk.
Before going in,
Okay.
I'm gonna stay outside. I'm gonna have a pipe and just sort of
Lovely
stand and look around a bit for any car that's lingering too long or any people paying a lot of attention to us, that sort of thing.
Give me a spot hidden check.
Oh no! I will spend 4 luck on that.
You'll spend the 4 luck?
Yep.
Well, the 4 luck will give you a peace of mind, perhaps.
That's totally worth it.
That you do not see anything out of the ordinary. In fact, I will say, standing at this building gives you a sense of peace you haven't had in days. There's a good feeling to this building, a feeling of steadfastness, of order, of goodness. The people who work in here care about what is happening around in the world. They're good people. This building has a sense of pride and purpose. And you're not given to these flights of fancy typically, but over the last 4 years since Peru, buildings do have a feeling. And this one gives you a sense of, this is a good night to sit out here and enjoy a pipe.
I'm going to continue doing that until somebody I know shows up.
All right.
Or
Clyde?
until it's time to go in.
Anything you're going to do, Clyde?
Nope.
Just sober up?
Oh, he's super sober. He's just really emotional.
Because there was a lot of memories brought up by the young, not young, but the French woman who she was actually Egyptian, but just spoke French. Either way, so
you trust this Kafur guy? I've never met him.
I do, and actually more than I expected to. Our last conversation, he let on that he knew more than he wanted us to know at first, and what he knew was reassuring.
During how?
Nothing that we told him about our adventures below the pyramids were entirely surprising, and he had suspected that such a thing existed and commiserated with us.
You're telling me if I were to say to this guy I might be a vampire, he's going to be totally not freaked out at it?
Well, he might be, because that makes you threatening.
You're the ones that keep telling me it.
Well, it's a little frightening, vampirism.
Right. But he is not going to get freaked out at the prospect of, no, this is just some mechanical saw that got drilled into my chest.
No, he in fact confided in us that he has actually cast spells himself.
Now I know you're full of BS at this point. Who would honestly cast spells at anybody? That sounds absolutely ridiculous.
As that question is
I guess
asked,
we'll see.
A car pulls up. Very nondescript sort of a like a standard Ford type uh, bare bones vehicle, uh, and no driver. And Dr. Ali Kafour exits it, greets Harmon warmly, and you must be one of his Confederates. Thank you for coming. And he shakes your hand as well.
Quite. The Confederacy died out 50 years ago, 60 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, that word carries a different weight in the States.
I see. I meant your friend. Sorry.
Constituent.
Your constituent. You vote for him?
No, I'm not.
Partner?
I don't hold elective office. Just a companion.
Still the wrong word? Whatever.
You're all friends. All right. Where is
My friend Carl.
Where's your very tall friend?
He'll be coming. We thought it prudent to take different vehicles just in case we were followed.
Very wise. Well, let's not spend any more time out here in the open. Let's go in, shall we? And he takes you inside and speaks quickly in Arabic to the front desk person, who looks skeptically at him. And there's a moment of hesitation, and another orderly is summoned to the desk, and there's a conversation. And during that conversation, Dr. Kafour, we were not expected, I'm afraid, and this is a place where people go for healing, and unexpected visitors do cause trouble. I'm sorry, I was not able to phone ahead. Hopefully we're not causing too much trouble. And a room is found eventually for you to go to. But in the meantime, as you're led to the room, car comes for Purdy and Daisy, or I'm sorry, Colt and Rosie. I would like you both to roll a luck check. That's one success.
Sorry, I always forget I need where to find this. So give me
I know it's a hidden.
Yeah, I'd summarize first.
Okay.
Oh, missed it by one?
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, can't add on a luck. You can push a luck if you want.
I will spend 1 sanity, please.
You cannot do that.
I'll push the luck. Well, what's the consequence of pushing luck?
If you push the luck, you may not make it in time for the meeting at all.
Can I have a conversation though with Purdy as we're
Certainly.
going to the car? I don't know if this would have any impact on anything.
Sure.
So I don't know how
Let's
you
see.
respond.
Let's see how it
but
goes.
I'm concerned about the man with the cats. Like, he just went back to his room by himself, and we're supposed to meet him later, but those cats were increasing exponentially.
Do you wanna head there instead? We have his address.
Is that bad? I should have thought of it before, but I'm kind of worried.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
So you guys are gonna ditch your friends and go to the...
I just am worried about the man, and I don't want to find him dead, like eaten by cats by the time we go back later.
Understandable. Okay.
You
And
think we could stop for a can of gasoline while we're out?
Oh, that just sounds so morbid.
Oh, okay.
Her cucumbers work wonders.
Maybe catnip. Maybe we make them happy and they'll just get buzzed and leave them alone.
I tried to give him sardines.
There is no judgment in what I'm about to say at all, but I find it very funny that how much in Call of Cthulhu you guys split the party.
Well, I didn't think of it until after they left, and then I'm like, oh my god, what if that guy is dead by the time we get back?
Daisy's worried.
And I love it because it just increases tension frequently.
I'm not trying to.
No, it's awesome. That's the
Would you
point of
like
this
me to
game,
roll?
right? What was that?
Would you like me to roll a luck check if we decide to go to the other?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You get in and you give directions to the driver, and the driver actually pauses for a second and then heads off.
Okay,
Driving.
did it seem like he just didn't know the address, or well, like, is
Give
there
me a
any
psychology check.
meaning in that pause? I'm very paranoid now. Oh boy.
Hard to tell. I mean,
Yeah.
different cultures.
Everybody's out to kill us.
different course of action. Are you gonna ask this driver to stay? Because you are going. Well, let me ask this. Did you guys want to ask anybody about this address before you got in the car, or he had said it
Apparently
wasn't
not.
far?
I'm like, let's go there, and
Okay.
Purdy's like, we got the address, and I wouldn't have thought to ask anybody about it.
Okay.
But maybe you did, Purdy. I don't know.
No.
I
Okay.
was 30.
No. So you guys, he didn't lie. It's not far, but kind of a good block, bad block type of situation. So you're driving into ramshackle bivouacs. There are just run-down houses, cobbled together. I know not everybody can see them, but some of it looks like the property I posted in the general. Just sheets of metal tacked together. It's looks like perhaps this is Skid Row. And as you get closer to where the driver is approximating he should go, you know where you're supposed to go, because outside of this house are 24 cats. Just put it on
I think that's our stop.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, we had a dinner-related question. Sorry, there were 24 cats is the last thing I heard. Sorry. Last thing I said. And then...
Yeah. That's all I heard you say, too.
Okay. The driver stops and just looks over at all these cats in front of this house. It's a 2-story building. It looks like it might even be like a bed-sit type situation. The first floor looks like it might have a small shop in the front, and then a staircase going up along the side to the second floor. Bed-sit above.
Oh, wow. That is a lot of cats.
There are cats in the stairwell as well.
They're harmless.
I hope you're right.
I think that's the one I threw across the hall, though. It's kind of weird that it's here.
Sure, that's true. You identify that cat that you threw. It's there.
Can I have a 10 in cat facts?
Yeah, you can totally. And if you end up subscribing to Cat Fancy, you get a bonus die.
I think they'd be better feline factoids.
Feline factoids.
All right, we better hurry in.
Okay. You managed to scoot past all these cats. These cats are, as you walk through them, they increasingly get louder with the meowing and caterwauling and hissing. And there are, as you get to the door, there are several stuffed up against the door. Do you knock?
Yeah. Hello. I don't know if I even ever got his name. I just followed. But
Yeah.
hello, are you all right?
William Van Heuven.
Well,
Heuvelin.
I know his name, but I don't think Daisy ever got
Oh,
his name.
I'm sure somebody told you.
Okay.
And he, come in.
Oh, good, he's still alive.
As you
Don't
open,
put any of the cats in.
All right, we'll have to be quick. They are so fast.
open
Stupid
the.
one cat. I can't open a door without my one cat trying to get in the room. I can't
Uh,
imagine all of them.
As you open the door, at least one cat gets in. But it doesn't really matter because there's at least 8 cats in the room
Oh,
with
God.
him. Uh, and they are just sitting staring at him. Some are harassing him at this point, and he is standing on his bed. I'm starting to think you might be right.
Yes.
There's
Maybe.
fresh scratches.
Oh goodness. I can try to help with that. Could do some first aid.
Sure.
See if I can help him.
I try to eliminate as many cats as I can from the.
Yeah,
from the
I'll say you get like 3 or 4 out with but the rest of them kind of duck out of the way. And
I didn't mean get out. I mean eliminate.
oh,
I'm kidding.
oh, okay. Okay, so just get them. Like I'm saying, pick up and get out. Is that what you're?
Yeah, I mean whether it's getting in a smaller room and eliminating them from that room, or just trying.
Yeah,
to get
just
them
getting them into the closets or whatever. Okay. All right. So, he will say, "I am not comfortable anymore showing you where I've hidden it. If the cats can see." So.
I'm pretty sure there's always going to be a cat watching. They're everywhere.
So he waits until Purdy gets like 4 of the 8 out, and then he just slightly reaches up and he has made a false, like there's just this thatch crap like patched together ceiling, and he has made a hidey hole in it, and he pulls out a reef of scrolls. But he just doesn't pull them out fully. He pulls them a little bit back and then shoves them back forward, hoping none of the cats saw.
Right.
But
and neither of us can really read the scrolls.
Then,
so
but then he points down to the desk. He's still standing on the bed.
Okay.
And on the desk is a number of his translations, like pages and pages of his translations. Those are my translations. But I think I can manage if it just stays these cats. If it seems to get a little worse every day, but I think I can manage it for a week.
It barely seems like you can do anything but stand on your bed right now. How are you going to sit there and translate? And you trying to hide it from the cats? This is ridiculous. You're risking your life for what?
What should I do with them then? I have already got the scrolls. What should I do with them? I could go put them back, I suppose, but
maybe they need to be returned.
I mean, you could burn them.
Oh, that's an idea. A lot of things are solved by burning.
That's the phrase of the campaign. That and lots of things are solved with vehicular manslaughter.
Followed by burning.
Followed by burning.
You can't kill scrolls with vehicular manslaughter.
That's true.
It doesn't work that way.
I'm gonna bounce over to the other group. Dr. Kafur takes you into this. It looks like it's a consultation room. It's not his clearly, but says, "Well, I feel like this is a safer place to speak. I have my own safe rooms within the Cairo Museum, but I did not wish to draw eyes to them.
Right. Well, it's been an eventful day already since we last spoke.
Were you followed?
Yes,
Are you still being followed?
I don't think so. We were fairly effective in losing our tail, but Carl here was followed by a different group of the same folks, and they had this note, which I can't read, but perhaps you can.
This, please. And he'll take the note and he will read it, and it is in Arabic, and it takes him nothing to read. And he says, this note is a description of an English woman about, and then Daisy's height, Daisy's hair, and American soldier. I assume you.
Mhm.
Seems to be a likeness. This might be troubling to you. Apparently there's oh, that is interesting. You are of interest to Edward Gavigan?
Yes, we would be.
You're fucking shitting me.
Why would the Penhew Foundation be so interested in you?
No.
He seemed to be a excellent scholar to me.
He's not. Well, he may be. He's not on the up and up.
Is he a part of this brotherhood?
Likely connected to it.
Well, this is bad news indeed. He holds quite a bit of sway in Cairo.
Yes, I imagine he does. He does. It was his dig that found the sarcophagus that we believe was Queen Nitocris, correct?
Yes. But Dr. Clive and Edward Gavigan, and of course Dr. Penhew himself, all excellent researchers with outstanding connections in Egypt. Very powerful men.
Absolutely.
This is, and you say you believe strongly they are connected with these doings.
Well, considering that note was found on a man who was brandishing this, shows the club.
Okay, now the club, he turns over, holds it out, and is indeed, and you haven't, you didn't do a deep inspection of it, but you had seen it on their arms. You see a very subtle pattern of the inverted ankh at the bottom of the club. This is the symbol of which the Brotherhood operates under.
What can you tell us about this brotherhood? Clearly have connected to the Penhew Foundation in some way.
Well, that, of course, is news to me. I did not know that, but...
Well, that note suggests it, you're saying.
Yes. This is all new information you're bringing to me today. The Brotherhood... Well, there have always been some sort of whispers. I thought if there were any, their numbers would be few. They would not be nearly this organized to be able to send people out in broad daylight to follow around. But there are always those in the city streets who are suspicious. They have their superstitions, but perhaps I should have been paying more attention to that. It's always those folk, those with no power and no knowledge, who are the most easily intimidated. Unfortunately.
Would you believe me if I told you that ain't the first time I've seen that symbol there?
Well, at this point, I think I might be willing to believe anything. Where else did you see it?
Well, for starters, I don't know how much my companion told you here, but he seems to have a lot of trust in you, so
And this returned, I am trusting you with a great deal of.
how much has he told you about the Mycerinus pyramid? You know, the one that has the big slab cut of it by the Crusaders or something?
Yes, yes. Well, that you were in it, uh,
Uh, under it.
under it.
And I
Yes.
told him about the tunnels below it as well.
Did you refer to the temple?
I think we mentioned a bit, but that was about when you asked us to stop so that we could have this discussion
Right.
not at the university.
Well, while we were under there, we saw a number of things. What looked to be a rather large worship chamber of sorts, or a throne room. Large pool in the middle with brackish water, red mist, columns higher than,
And unnatural
frankly, this building.
creatures.
You didn't
with
go into the red
animal
mist,
heads.
did you?
Why not? No, we did not. Every time I've told colored gas is rather poisonous. Learned that trick 8 years ago.
Praise be Allah, you did not. That would have been horrible.
Define horrible.
You would have fallen into a place that has no rhyme or reason, no time, yet your torment would somehow still be endless, which I guess you would feel every second, but each second would begin to feel meaningless. Like a clown
Well,
bottle.
Good do we didn't go there.
No, I don't. It's not like a clown bottle at all. I'm sorry. Yes, that is.
We've
troubling.
encountered. Yeah, that's not the weirdest thing. That probably would be the weirdest thing if we did that. I'm sure he's referred to the thing that has a bullhead, but it's not a minotaur.
No, it's not a minotaur. It is a child of the Sphinx.
Well,
that's
we
what
saw
they're called.
two of them, one a bull and one an eagle.
And he like looks like a person who's looking for his
It was an
wallet.
eagle, right?
Yeah,
Bird.
Like
It
a
was-
falcon or something.
Yeah,
but
I think it was
a bird.
Yeah, it was a raptor of some sort. But,
Raptor. Yeah.
That was me, Nave thing. So, child of the Sphinx is like supposed to mean something. Is the Sphinx a bird?
I can only tell you what I have read. I don't know that actually I know why they're called that. There are some ancient texts that refer to the Sphinx as a creature from where that red mist leads. And that some people believe the ancient Egyptians were visited by people from beyond, and that's where these strange-headed beings, these sort of creations of imagination, but that's long been debunked.
They're not imagination, I'll tell you that.
Oh, we killed two of them.
And one of them nearly killed our friend.
And yet I feel like those are some of the weaker creations that could come from those mists. Queen Nitocris is said to have a connection to the Black Pharaoh. If
You beat me to that.
Well,
In
her,
the same room, no fact, right behind the throne, which was, I'll spare you the details of how it was non-Euclidean and other nonsense. A giant's black statue was behind it, bearing, well, his visage.
and he just, the color has left his face, but it has never returned, and he is trying to regain composure. I hoped not to live to see such times. But I guess all I can do is I'm not gonna be able to make the Gandalf quote work. But he says it was written that Queen Nitocris is a consort of the Black Pharaoh, who's one of his many, many other names is Nyarlathotep. Well, her goal was to bring his reign here, and she had great favor from him. He granted him her great boons, and when finally humanity had had enough and managed to slay her, she was bound, imprisoned, yet no one thought death for her would be a permanent situation. There are those allegedly, and supposedly this is the entire goal of the Brotherhood, is to bring Queen Nitocris back.
Well, if that room's any indication, they may think they're onto something.
Well, they need 3 artifacts to do so, from what I have read. They need Queen Nitocris's girdle, Queen Nitocris's crown, and her necklace. Two of those have been lost to antiquity. Who knows who have them? The crown, the necklace, they've never been seen again. I believe I know where the girdle is. I am not at liberty to divulge that immediately. Wow, I went Russian with my accent there. But I do know that it is safe.
Are you working with someone else that's preventing you from saying it?
They don't know I know. But if they knew I know, I would put a great deal of people, many of people in danger.
Are these people that we should be aware of?
Maybe.
We already know them, don't we?
You don't. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Sorry, I'm metagaming, sorry. You're there right now.
Huh.
I think it is safe to say that we are at this point invested in preventing this from happening. There's someone else we should be speaking to as well. I think we would like to speak to them.
He will not want to talk to you. He believes he can keep this safe. It's his.
Will he want our information? What we've discovered?
Maybe. He is a. Sorry, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to find the title that he has. I have his name in front of me, but I don't have.
His soul's prepared.
Yeah, it's similar to that kind of thing. Well, his name is Ahmad El Dabi. Dahabi. And he'll tell you that.
And you think he will not want to speak with us?
He does not wish to speak to anyone. He will not speak to me. I will not be able to make an introduction to you. I foolishly tried to find out more information about the girl when I realized that he was its guardian. I don't.
Well,
But if I am torn because I think you are right. We are at an inflection point. We don't know where the necklace is. We don't know where the crown is. We know that he needs the girdle in order, or someone needs the girdle in order to raise Queen Nitocris. You are telling me that the Penhew Foundation is connected to the Brotherhood, that Queen Nitocris's body has been found and is in a hidden temple below, where you have found mists that lead to Ralia, and yes, I don't see another alternative. I just cannot help you. Intruding this far has used up most of my.
Can we describe to you the things that we know the Penhew Foundation was sending to other operatives and see if they ring any bells for you?
That said, Clyde goes into his backpack that has his manifest.
That's
his
right. You had drawn all of it out. Yeah.
And hands that over.
And we'll talk about the statues that we found that were being shipped to China. And
guess what both of you guys get to do? Make
Persuasion?
Cthulhu mythos checks.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh, shit.
With my luck and rolling, I'm going to succeed, but I probably don't want to. Bam. Holy shit.
You did it! You did it!
Wow.
Let's go! What fucks me up? Boom!
Nothing fucks you up. You just actually can put a check in Cthulhu mythos.
I don't think you can. I don't think that's how that works.
Oh, you're right, but I'm basically saying you're because of your study and now explaining it again and getting that, you're going to get to roll on the Cthulhu mythos.
Oh no.
And you do actually lose a sanity for that.
Clyde somehow also finds in his bag a roll of red yarn, and he starts putting it out.
Oh, you see here, it all started here in Egypt. After that, artifacts went missing and was transported to London. And then, but here's the thing from London: they have other artifacts from different locations, mainly shipped off to China. But not only that, we have a connection with this guy who's from Australia who mentioned some particular things that we found into Peru on this side of the map.
So
Bleh.
This is actually what happens.
I know.
Is as you show him all of that and show him, he explains that you describe the woman covered in flies with the large, with the Chinese hat and the statue that you and he calls that the bloated lady, and he says that is one of the aspects of Nyarlathotep. Some call it a mask. He can move from one form to another. In fact, he can inhabit several at any time. Some call him a father of maggots.
Oh,
some call
that rings true.
Uh,
and I'll then pull out the rubbing of the gold bar from Peru.
And this is so you are protected from the one sanity loss, Harmon, by being super scholarly about this. But you will take the sanity loss but gain the roll on the Cthulhu mythos. So by believing, and even though Harmon has been open to all this, I'm just explaining the rolls.
No, that's fine.
So that's how we're gonna have Clyde gets a roll on the Cthulhu, because now he's gonna explain a little bit of this stuff, and it's absurd. And you know, if you're open, he's an ally. He hasn't lost all of his sanity, but he has lost some sanity by messing around with this stuff, studying it, and the fact that he's able to explain it to you, he definitely has yarn and a board behind him. And so that's
You can borrow ours. We have extra.
that's going to be like an hour's worth of conversation that's going on. I'm going to go back to the cat people. So where did we leave off? You kicked the cat. You got 4 cats out of the way. He showed you where they were. He showed you what he was working on at his desk.
Yes, and Purdy had just suggested maybe we burn the scrolls.
Okay.
That was where we left off.
I would like you both to make a spot hidden check after saying burn scrolls.
Okay.
There's a cat behind the curtains.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're fine. Okay. Purdy's taken with the idea of setting things on fire, maybe, or just jawing because he's Purdy. He's just talking, but all the cats look at Purdy as he says that, and the hissing, caterwauling, and everything else goes silent. Probably didn't even need a spot hidden check on that. I probably should have just played that out.
It seems pretty. That would be something I would notice.
Yeah. You probably both noticed that. So
say something now if you don't want me to burn the scrolls.
But I definitely don't want you to burn the scrolls. I want to translate them.
Oh, I was talking to the cats.
Oh.
I knew you were talking to the cats.
Yeah, but William.
I'm looking at the cats to see if they answer Purdy.
No, the cats are all staring at you. This is the first time they've actually shifted their attention away from.
Well, I think that means we burn the scrolls.
Honestly, they don't seem to. I understand, Van Whalen, that this is something important to you scholarly, but I'm truly afraid it will unleash something malevolent if this information is out to the public. As strange as this sounds, I think burning the scrolls might be a good idea.
Cats start hissing.
Now you hush.
They only like it when I mention it. Can I, like, the place you found it, where you originally found it, is it possible, like, you're a smart guy, if you put it back there, would it take a long time for someone else to find it?
Oh, I think so, yes. I think because on top of this, the shrine I found was of no interest to anybody else, and I didn't draw their attention to it. They all seem to be so interested in this mummy. The mummy's found every day.
What if we did put it back and see what happens? I mean, I understand it's important to you, but if you know you can get back to it when you need it. Maybe it would alleviate some of this problem here.
I think the
and
problem.
You can study what you have now.
Well, I would require. I can see the wisdom of what you're saying. We have a small problem. There was apparently some kind of trouble in the Temple of Mycerinus. A police officer has gone missing. Who was investigating a disturbance, and they have kind of blocked off all of that area.
Oh, I think we might know. There could be another entrance.
There could always be another entrance, but sometimes those things.
I'm saying that looking at Purdy, but like he can answer me. But
Yeah,
know, I'm
he
looking
does.
at
He has no. So I'm playing him actually as having no social cues to the fact that you're talking to other people.
right,
Yeah.
and I mean, I don't think that would be unreasonable that he
Yeah.
would think I'm talking to him,
Right.
but I'm looking to Purdy because we know there's a garbage chute that leads back in.
And there are probably others, right? Like we just didn't follow everything.
Right.
I mean, is that something you'd be willing to try? If we could get you back to it, or is
Well,
that something?
especially if I could continue to copy them as we went. Yes. But if it's a very arduous journey, then how would I get back to get them to finish the
Well, I mean,
copies?
you let things cool down, right? Like there's a policeman missing. Eventually, they're going to give up.
Okay.
Or find him. He might be found. He might be all
I
right.
mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. But no. uh, all right. Well, yes. When should we go? Should we go right now?
Well, I mean, it is getting on night.
Yeah. Is
And
it?
I think
This
this
is
is probably
dangerous.
smarter. Well, it's not dangerous, but we probably should bring in the big guns. That's our friend Clyde. He dresses up in a cat suit.
Oh,
And,
really? That seems very odd.
and
Yeah.
yeah, it is kind of. He's a strange fella.
Okay. Then we go now. We'll take them back now.
No, we're gonna wait. But I mean, we're not gonna go tonight, right, Daisy? Right? Sorry.
I don't know. I I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense to I mean, I certainly don't think
We would have to go
should go.
through. As far as we know, we would have to go through the tunnels, which would be a terrible idea because we could be there for days. Um, I mean, if you want, you can give them to us, and we'll get them back. I know that's a big ask.
How do I know you won't give them to your friend who is the accomplished archaeologist?
I'm not sure. He's really not. Yeah, you have a much better ability to translate these things than he does. He just wanted to look at them. Um,
Okay.
I don't even read Dutch.
He's keeping his translations. He's gonna give the original. Because
he's going to give it to us.
yeah, he's looking at the cats and he's
Right.
he's like, you take them, and then you will keep them safe. And I have your word, we will go and replace them tomorrow. I'll tell you what, I keep this page, and he goes back in, and you can see he has made a decision, and he is keeping the page that he's working on. And he goes, 2 pages, and then he hands you like roughly 50 pages worth of scrolls. It's a big
Wow.
sheaf of scroll.
All right.
And
You have our word.
all cat eyes are now on you, Purdy. You took them.
I think we're just splitting the problem, to be quite honest with you. Now you're going to have cats following you, Purdy.
Yeah, but it's just for a night, right?
And do we really feel like returning them? It will stop the cat problem, but what about the information problem? If the information still exists, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a good idea for us to consult with the others and see what they think as well.
And this is
Do
the
you
first
feel like I
time
should
that
take
Van
these for now?
Huvelen stops listening to you guys because the cats are all looking at Purdy, and he sits down on his bed and you can see him relax for the first time in a little while.
So why don't we take these for now, so we know we have them, and then tomorrow morning we meet up and or you're saying I should leave all this stuff with
No,
him? Like,
go ahead. Let's take them. Let's have the cats follow us. But
I don't know. Like, we either, and just meta speak right now, either we give him the scrolls and we stay here, we give him the scrolls and we leave, or we take the scrolls. And I'm not sure which is the best of those three options.
And I'm not. I wasn't disputing us taking them. I just don't know if the ultimate plan of returning them is something that Maisie was. Yeah. So.
And I just want to get them in Harmon's hands.
Okay. So
that you guys decide what to do.
So we can take them for tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
As he hands you the scrolls, all cat eyes turn to you, and he goes to. He's like, I think I'm going to be able to go to sleep.
Huh?
And he sort of like just settles into his bed. Sort of creepy. And then the cats look at you. They all stare at you as if they're memorizing your face.
Mm-hmm.
And then they run off.
Huh.
There are no cats.
In America.
Within about 5...
And the streets are filled with cheese.
But within about 2 to 3 minutes, there are no cats in the room following.
Well, maybe they like the plan.
Yeah, maybe.
So where are you guys heading?
I think back to the hotel because I'm assuming enough time has passed that
yeah,
there's a good chance we wouldn't be able to get back to.
Yeah, but if we get to the mosque, they'll probably be done already. So should we go to the new hotel? The other hotel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully when we don't show up, they'll just figure we got lost or something.
Okay. I'm going to say this hotel is very similar to the other one. It doesn't have the historically interesting long bar to it, but it still has the same amenities. So you have a tavern in there. I just figured Purdy'd want to know. And then there's the hotel concierge. Very nice. You already had rooms. They were holding them. And you are shown to 2 different rooms. And I will think we are at 10:10 or 20:08. So I think this is a good place for us to call it because we're getting into late night on the East Coast. So
yeah, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. So where I want to just leave us on a little bit of a note is I'm going to ask a couple questions. Harmon and Clyde, you know now that you are in a place where one of the artifacts is needed. You are given the name of the person who is charged with guarding it. You have shown him everything. He has basically told you, and he also tells you that he has a storeroom that he has warded with spells for safety of basically Cthulhu mythos spells. He is willing to teach one of you over the course of 2 weeks, if either of you are interested, how to cast some of these spells. He says it takes a toll.
These are specifically warding spells.
Some of them are offensive.
Well, I understand if they have some blue language, but they're still warding spells.
Yes, some can create protection for you. Very few. Most will harm your enemies. It would
I don't know that
require
it
you
would
to
hurt.
stay in Egypt, perhaps a little longer than you intended.
I don't know that it would be a bad idea for us to have another arrow in our quiver. What do you think? Carl?
Well, personally, I don't want to really waste my time with that kind of stuff. That seems to be more up your alley. I think I would get lost way too easily. I
Check.
have
But if you
my
think,
I
Check.
have my arrow.
Check your POW scores. Is
but if
how,
you think,
What's your power, by the way? So that also dictates spellcasting.
Yep.
I don't know,
60.
55. 55,
Okay.
because it's partially based on your size, and I'm not a big man.
Power is willpower.
But isn't the score derived from things like your size as well?
Power is
No.
willpower.
Well, how many magic points do you have, and then how much power do you have?
11.
I have 12, I believe.
Okay.
You're way more magic than me.
Yeah, you guys are both much better than I am. I'm not there, but I'm just looking at my numbers.
What's Purdy at?
Purdy's at 14.
Holy shit!
Because for some
Wow.
reason it is tied to
It is
physical size.
because-
you
Yeah.
need to,
Because it actually eats away your body.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
that makes sense.
spells
Is my
take.
is it strength too, or is it just
It's
size?
everything. It takes into account your. I don't remember how it's calculated, but when it casts a spell, it hurts your body and it hurts your psyche. To cast the spell,
and
but
Harmon's only good stats are education and appearance.
You have great appearance. What is it?
60.
What?
Better than average. I'm a good looking man.
yeah.
You are much better looking than Clyde. Clyde's 40.
Anyway, he will offer that if one of you wants to take up it. Spells, you get your magic points back eventually. So, they are.
I think it
recovered.
would be good to have it as an option. Not that I think we want to use it, but
Yes,
I would say
you
the
want
same
to
thing
use
about a
it.
firearm.
Exactly. You want to use it sparingly and only as necessary. It takes a toll, and you can see like an eye twitch as he says that. So
I would learn it
okay,
to be useful,
here we go.
because currently throwing rocks is only doing so much for me.
Awesome. We are now bringing magic into the game. That will be fun. And then here's the other pickup point I want to leave us with. As you walk in, does just because I'm curious, does Purdy decide to go to the bar?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Does Daisy join him?
Well, do you have the scrolls with you, Purdy, at the
Well, you
bar?
could take him to your room first if you wanted to, but
I wouldn't leave them. So I don't think I would separate from you, and like I think I would prefer all three of us be the third being the scrolls,
okay.
like be together.
Okay.
Like if that makes sense. Like I don't think I wouldn't leave you alone with the scrolls. I wouldn't leave the scrolls alone, and I wouldn't leave me alone with the scrolls either.
Okay, that's my thought too. I if you're going to the bar, with
Basically
the
waiting
girl-
for them to get back, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the bar would be the thing because we'd just be waiting for them to walk
Right.
in.
So yeah, if you brought them with you to the bar, and you're in the bar, I'll go with you.
Okay. When you go into the bar and you're seated, after you are seated, a beautiful woman, about 25 to 30 years old, dressed extremely elegantly, fine clothes. The word that I would use is just sexy. Slides into the booth next to Purdy and says,
Well,
Into
that's
the-
rude. I'm sitting there with them, and she just slithers in like that.
"Totally,
Bitch.
totally." Kind of a Jessica Rabbit vibe, and only smaller. She's not tall, and says, Colt McCracken. Or McGuffin, McGreggan,
Ultimate Junkin.
McJunkin.
Just throw out more names. Just keep going.
Yeah, that's sexy.
McGuffin. Colt McJunkin. I believe you have something that's mine. And that's where we'll pick it up next time we play.
Oh, without a doubt, Pretty would respond, "Is it your heart?"
And I will roll my eyes.
No, because that's in a jar somewhere.
But we will pick it up there in 2 weeks' time. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Another interesting game where nobody got throttled or... I mean, there was...
We did not murder anyone with a stick shift.
I mean, there was the threat of us having to put like some kind of warning to the ASCPA and PETA. But
there were moments we didn't narrate.
No. Yeah. But
we can say where we threw the cats out of.
there was an intimation of burning cats alive, but aside from that,
with gasoline.
Yes.
I killed the guy in the toilet when I went to the toilet, but we didn't talk about that.
Oh, that was just an aside. Oh,
yeah.
All right.
It was just a throwaway.
Just some guy. He didn't have anything to do with the Brotherhood or anything. Just kill him.
The Austin Powers assassin.
Lando Calrissian.
Anyway, we will be back here with Call of Cthulhu probably. Yeah, we definitely in 2 weeks, right? We don't have any reason we won't be. Yeah. And on Roleplay Give, we will be back here tomorrow night with the Warbler Brothers. We are on a new quest starting tomorrow, the Warbler siblings, technically. And that, I think, is it for the week because it's Thanksgiving and shit. So everybody have a great holiday, and we'll see you on the flip. Until then, roll some dice, play some games, give of your time and treasure to some meaningful causes. Have a good night, everybody.
Be thankful, you ungrateful fucks.
Yeah. That. What he said. All right, we're out of here.